Hello everyone and welcome to Who Knew? I'm Katie and I'll be your interviewer for today. Please welcome our guest, Warren, who is from GuHu Media.
Thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate it. It's wonderful to be here, and yeah, it's a pleasure.
To start us off, can you tell us what is GuHu Media?
So GuHu Media is a student-run media society that is part of the University of Guelph-Humber, and there are several different divisions for all aspects of media, everything from marketing to videography to journalism. If you're interested in some aspect of media, we can handle that for you, and we have options to train you and to improve your skills as a student.
Cool, that's really exciting. So what divisions does GuHu Media have, and can you give a brief overview of each of them?
Yeah, absolutely. So to start off with, there is the journalism division, which I'm going to start off with because I happen to be the vice president of journalism. So we do a lot of training sessions and a lot of workshops for students to develop their skills as writers, and to also, we're working on getting a publication together for students that they can write in and further develop their skills in a real life setting. We also have the events division, which is basically in charge of running some of the events that we have on campus.
That's really cool.
There's a public relations division, which is in terms of public relations, they are in charge of some of our communications. We have a marketing division, which handles a lot of graphic designs and promotional content. And we have a television division as well, which is, in addition to being lots of fun to say, it offers students the opportunity to make their own little shows, such as in the studio as we are now, or outside projects as well.
What a great way to gain hands-on experience in the media industry. So what division are you in, and what's your role in them?
So I did kind of allude to this earlier, but yes,
Yeah.
I'm the vice president of journalism. So within that, I am running a 6-part lecture series or lecture workshop series this semester, where I'm teaching people about some of the principles of writing and some tips and tricks to get the most out of their writing skills, and also ways to enhance it. And in addition to that, we're working on getting a publication up and running so that students will be able to create articles and publish them on an officially sanctioned website.
Cool, and you mentioned this before. What is GHTV?
Oh yes, GHTV, right. So GHTV is a news show that we started doing about a year ago now, and it is a weekly recap of some of the top headlines of the news. And so I was asked by the then vice president of television, Megan Hutchison, who's now the president of GuHu. She asked me to create a show, and me being a journalist by background, I decided that's kind of the area I wanted to take it. So it's an opportunity for people to write news stories for us, to present them as anchors, and we also have a few other segments like sports, entertainment, and comedy that keep things moving and keep things interesting.
That's amazing. If a student is interested in starting their own show on GHTV, how would they go about doing that?
So if you wanted to start a show within GuHu Television, the best way to do would be to reach out to the vice president of television, and the current vice president, his name is Benjamin Apple. And if you have a show pitched together, then you can talk to him, and he can help you work through getting the process started up. If you're planning on doing it in the studio, you will need to be trained, but that's something that you can work out with some of the staff members who are in charge of training here. Or you can also just grab a camera from the media cage and make something on your own. So that's a lot of fun too.
That's a really neat opportunity. So you mentioned this before, but what events does GuHu Media have, and what have they done in the past?
That's the interesting thing about GuHu Media, is that since we have so many different divisions, there's a little bit of something for everybody. So one thing that I mentioned that's probably the most recent in terms of when this video will be going out is we did a Valentine's Day photo booth, and that's a great opportunity for all students across all programs at Guelph-Humber to come out and get some photos taken, have some fun. We've also done mixers in the past, so it's kind of networking events to meet different people in the media studies program, and to help build connections and maybe find people that you might want to work with in the future. And there's just a whole multitude of events that we have going on, including the workshop series that I'm running. That's part of it. And we're also trying to get a speaker series up and running as well for later in the semester. So we have a lot of big plans of things to come, and things that we already have in the works. So it's an exciting year for sure.
Those are so creative and so exciting. I love it.
We've got a good team. So.
Yeah. How can a student interested in joining GuHu Media get involved in the society?
That's the cool thing about GuHu, is that it's really easy for you to get involved. So we have our society email account, which is guhumedia@guelphumber.ca, and so it's really easy. You can just send us an email, and all of our society executives have access to that. So then we can direct your response to the appropriate person, and then you can start chatting with that individual executive and figure out, maybe some of the ways that you might be able to help and contribute and start developing your skills in that area.
Wow, well, would you look at that? Who knew there's so many ways to get involved on campus? Thank you, Warren, for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
And that's all for now. See you next time.